Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us and compliments of the season. My name is Solomon Nelson Bray. Top stories of the news at 3. River State government ready to deploy huge human material resources to improve access to primary health care service. Organized labor in River State applauds Governor Fubara for approving 100,000 naira as Christmas bonus for civil servants. Also on the news, Port Harcourt Refinery recommences operation after years of shutdown. Do you love and care about River State and our peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can watch Rstv News live on YouTube at Rstv Online and Facebook at Rstv22PH Online. You can subscribe and click the notification bell for update on our live feeds. We begin the news with the River State Deputy Governor, Professor Ngozi Odu, saying that the Governor Fubara-led administration is willing and ready to deploy huge human and material resources to improve access to primary health care services for the Rivers people. Professor Odu stated this during the third quarterly meeting of the State Task Force on Primary Health Care. Obiando Madume reports.
The Deputy Governor reiterated that immunization and primary health care are critical for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, especially SDGs 3, which aims to promote healthy lives and encourage well-being of all. The Deputy Governor, who is the chairman of the State Task Force on Primary Health Care, said the collective goal of the State Task Force is to improve the health and well-being of all residents in the state irrespective of their status through enhanced immunization and primary health care services. She congratulated them on the success of the second round of the National Immunization Days campaign launched in Opubo recently and implored them to continue to support the Governor Fubara-led administration by putting in their best to keep Rivers people healthy.
I am delighted to welcome you all to the third quarterly review meeting of this all-important task force on immunization and primary health care. As we are all aware, our collective goal with this task force is to improve the health and well-being of Rivers people and indeed all residents of the state, irrespective of their status, through enhanced immunization and primary health care services. If we get primary health care right, then it will be easier for us to get both the secondary and tertiary health care right as well. Let me at this moment also congratulate us as a team for the very successful outing of the second NID that held at Opubo a week ago. We were very impressed. It was exciting. Very well coordinated from the beginning to the women that acted the drama, the dances, everything reflected the thoughts and the plans we had on ground, and it was very well put together. I congratulate all of us. I implore you to continue to support the government led by Sir Sinalai Fubara. We can only do better when we work together, when we work with the same commitment, the same focus and direction, and know that it is service to the people. It's not about us, it's about those people that need our support and our assistance. And that's why I'm really delighted that all the people that need to be here.
Also speaking, the State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Adeze Ore, said the task force tried to chart a strategic approach towards addressing the challenges of delivering quality primary health care services to citizens of the state by closing the gaps and improving the system. Obiando Madume, Rstv News.
That was Obiando Madume reporting for Rstv News. Moving on, organized labor in River State have applauded the state governor Siminalayi Fubara for his magnanimity in approving the sum of 100,000 naira as Christmas bonus for state civil servants on the state payroll. In a joint statement by NLC Chairperson Comrade Alex Agwanwo, TUC State Chairperson Ikechukwu Onyefuru, and Comrade Chukwu Emecheta, State Chairperson JNC, called on all civil servants in River State to strongly support Governor Fubara's administration, who has broken the record set by the former governor, Dr. Peter Odili, that gave the sum of 20,000 naira as Christmas bonus to civil servants during his tenure. stressing that no other administration has given Christmas bonus after Dr. Peter Odele until now. They called on workers in Rivers State to continue praying for peace in the state this time of political crisis, adding that with this kind gesture, the governor has further proven as the workers' governor. The statement warns all political detractors to desist from distracting the governor, as any further attack on him will be treated as an attack on Rivers workers, and reiterated the unalloyed support of workers to the Governor Fubara-led administration. It further urged the good people of Rivers State to be security conscious during this Yuletide and prayed for God's favor and prosperity upon Rivers State. Away from that, a stakeholder in Ward 16, Kana local government area, Goch Secondus, has congratulated Governor Siminalayi Fubara for his victory at appeal court. He made the commendation while addressing newsmen in Port Harcourt. Nnamdi Olumini reports.
Honorable Secondus described Governor Fubara as a visionary and compassionate leader sent by God to rebuild and move Rivers State to an enviable height. He appealed to Rivers people not to be taken aback by recent political events in the state, but remain resolute in the defense of truth and justice. According to him, the governor should not be distracted, but continue to pursue his agenda and his vision of providing good governance to all sections of the people of the state.
I want you to be there because you are a visionary leader. You have all the capacity it takes, all quality of leadership style to be there to govern the good people of Rivers State.
Honorable Goch Secondus also called on political actors in the state to watch their actions and utterances and to the path of peace for the overall interest of the people. He called on President Bola Tinubu to play a fatherly role by intervening properly in the crisis rocking the state, describing the Abuja agreement as unfair to the governor. According to him, no matter what happens, the people of the state should always stand with the governor, who within the short period has demonstrated that he meant well for the state.
Sir Sim Fubara, he is a man of honor, a man of dignity, a man of light, who has come to redeem the state. So we are here to appeal to all Rivers youth to stay calm and let's wash.
Nnamdi Olumini, Rstv News.
The International Association of World Peace Advocates Rivers State Chapter has inducted 10 personalities as eminent peace ambassadors during the association's end-of-the-year special banquet held in Port Harcourt. Justice Ehunwo has details.
International Association of World Peace Advocates is a global non-governmental organization and a participant of the United Nations Global Compact, with the objective of promoting peace and harmony in various communities across the globe, and to ensure that aims and objectives of the United Nations in the maintenance of global peace are achieved. The inductees are expected to propagate peace in their various jurisdictions, especially through charity works and philanthropic activities. The celebration with the theme, "The Impact of Eminent Ambassadors in Contemporary Nigerian Society," was also an opportunity for all members across the state to interact after the year's activities and an avenue for feedback on how to further their work next year. The international director of the body, Professor Ambassador Chidi Ehiredo, and the state director, Ambassador Juliet Nwokocha, speak further on the essence of the program and what is expected of the inductees.
We have the mandate to make sure that millions of people are grassroots peace advocates. And one of the way to achieve is what we have done today, to help us to achieve the global peace and sustainable development goals.
First of all, we promote peace, we resolve conflict, we are advocates. Some of them are actually in the peace advocacy world. We've just taken them to a higher level. Now our charge is that they're going to do more. They're going to give more services, humanitarian services. They're going to be involved in peace work, peace training, peace education, both in the country and outside the country.
The international spokesman of the association, Ambassador Emmanuel Nkekwe, while outlining the global activities and programs of the body, said IPA concentrates on United Nations calendar of events and Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, with more emphasis on SDG 6, According to him, members are expected to pick events from UN calendar and amplify them, pointing out that membership will be certified next year based on personal actions executed by members. Some of the inductees spoke on the importance of their induction and steps to be taken to propagate peace.
To ensure we try the best we can to ensure peace in our own localities. It means expansion of work of charity and the expansion of work of peace to the organization, to my own organization, and to people around me. We have always advocated for mutual understanding, respect for tradition and culture, religious respect and integration in what we do as humans. So it is an added opportunity for us to broker this understanding.
Justice Ihuo, Rstv News.
Bishop of Eche, Diocese of the Anglican Communion, Right Reverend Okechukwu has called on Christians for fence mending and enthronement of lasting peace in the society. The cleric made a call shortly after appearing on Rstv live program In Depth. God's Power Anele has details.
Right Reverend Mwala, who described Christmas as when Christians celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ for the salvation of mankind, frowned at the situation where most Christians see the day as mere celebration without considering its religious importance. The cleric, however, enjoined Christians to see the season as a period for sober reflection and exchange of gifts to one another, particularly to the needy in society, adding that Christ was born and died for everyone, irrespective of religious inclinations, and should be reciprocated by emulating his lifestyle.
My message to the Christians is that we should essentially epitomize the essence of Christmas. Let us preach the gospel, show in practical terms what Christ lived for. We should care for others. We should invest in the life of men. We should make people happy this period. If somebody is not happy, then the essence of Christmas is lost.
According to him, some Christians argue with the right day Jesus Christ was born, which has led many denominations to ignore the 25th December annually as the authentic date for the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ. Bishop Mwala, who agreed that celebration of Christmas is scriptural, while the word Christmas is not found in the Bible, said that the date should not be a barrier among Christians. Bishop Okechukwu Nwala, however, used the Christmas period to appeal to public office holders, traditional rulers, opinion leaders, relevant government agencies, human activists, and non-governmental organizations to brace up to stop the land grabbing. The cleric frowned at the situation where masterminds of land grabbing in the Eche land are in the act, hence they are indigent. Appealed to the state government to come to the indigents, stress enter into with impunity and without consultation to chase owners away, which according to him is condemnable.
You know, when you talk about land grabbing, people say it's not really. They have already had to mention as I speak with you. They will to before you know it will become the norm. So peace. You can never know the price of peace until you experience the cost of war. Anything make you through fraudulent means you pay. Political leaders, traditional leaders in the church, to rise to the occasion, they believe that they can come together and say we don't, because it will happen. Let us beyond reasonable our disapproval for what is happening.
God's Power Anele, Rstv News.
This is Rstv 3. Do you love and care about River State and our peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is what we must accomplish. You can always watch Rstv News live on YouTube at Rstv Online, at Rstv22PH Online. You can subscribe and click the notification bell for update on our live feed. And in part 2, after the break, Pakistan, hundreds are arrested. Tear gas fired as female-led protesters reach capital, and U.S. judge exonerates after 48 years in prison. Details.
The world stop spinning. I'm a key. The world. I'm I'ma keep winning to the world. I'ma keep winning to the keep up with me, come on, let's winning till the world stops spinning. Independent women, come on, now let's get it. Keep winning till the world stops spinning. Because you feel me, come on, now let's get it.
New styles from Darling, find your beautiful.
This is Rstv World News. We your world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
President Bola Tinubu has written to the Minister of Power, Adebayo Labu, to submit a progress report on the agreements related to the electricity sector signed during the recently concluded United Nations Climate Conference in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. In a letter made available to newsmen, President Tinubu gave the Power Minister a 2-week period to prepare and submit the document. Aside other deals, President Tinubu and the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz had presided over the signing of the acceleration of the Presidential Power Initiative (PPI) agreement between Nigeria and Germany on the sidelines of the event. According to Adelabu, the deal was designed to ultimately add 12,000 megawatts of electricity to the national power grid. The president demanded the specifics of such potential projects during the feedback, noting that he would also require information on project timelines and milestones, as well as likely challenges to their execution. Vice President Kashim Shettima has challenged Nigerian graduates to utilize their potential towards building a brighter future for the nation, rather than jetting out of the country in search of greener pastures. Shettima gave the charge when the Chief of Staff to the President and former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, led graduating class of the second cohort of the Legislative Mentorship Initiative on a visit to him at the State House, Abuja. The Vice President struck a chord of empowerment when he urged the graduates to reject disillusionment and embrace their potential within Nigeria, acknowledging the country's current challenges, offering a resolute vision for overcoming them. He further challenged their perception of leadership, shifting the focus from physical strength to intellectual agility, even as he stated that the hallmark of true leadership is not the ability to lift a bag of cement, but the ability to come up with robust solutions to our nation's problems. The House of Representatives has resolved to launch an investigation into the loss of over $60 billion in revenue due to inflated cash calls by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPC, joint venture agreement. The decision, which was sequel to the adoption of a motion moved at plenary by Honorable Chika Okafor, also mandated its committees on banking regulations, banking and other ancillary institutions to liaise with the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, to explore the appropriate mechanisms, policies and partnerships required for the adoption of the Chinese yuan as an official foreign exchange reserve currency alongside other major international currencies. Moving the motion on investigation of revenue loss to bloated cash calls, Okafor said NNPC, on behalf of the federal government, operated joint ventures and related agreements with private oil companies in both oil and gas sectors with the aim of sustainable revenue generation and economic development. He stressed that NNPC, as a representative of the federal government and the Federal Federation, had about 60% holdings, while other partners had the remaining 40%, adding that the joint ventures operated under a joint operating agreement that spelled out the responsibilities of each of the partners in the ventures. Moving on, the federal government has made good its transportation waiver promise to Nigerians this festive period and has listed participating companies and routes for the scheme A press statement in Abuja by the Minister of Solid Minerals, Adele Alake, said the presidential intervention of a 50% slash on road transport is a demonstration of President Bola Tinubu's commitment to the welfare of Nigerians and easing their movement this Yuletide. A presidential aide, Bayo Onanuga, listed the transportation companies for the scheme to include God is Good, Chisco Transport, Young Shall Grow, God Bless Ezewata, and Area Moto. The government's latest move also affects rail transportation, which will enjoy a 100% waiver for the intervention scheme running from today, Thursday, December 21 to January 4, 2024. The Port Harcourt Refining Company has recommenced operation in line with the federal government's promise to ensure the production of refined products at the facility in December 2023. The development is coming after many years of underperformance and turnaround maintenance of the facility. 4 of Nigeria's refineries in Port Harcourt, Warri, and Kaduna have a combined capacity to process 445,000 barrels per day, but they were shut down in 2019. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, Senator Heineken Lokbobere, had in August this year said the Port Harcourt refinery will recommence operations in December during an inspection tour of the rehabilitation work at the PHRC Limited plant. The recommencement of the operations at the Port Harcourt refinery comes over 2 years after the federal government approved a funding of $1.5 billion to repair one of its biggest oil refineries. The government chose an Italian firm, Mer Tecnimont, to carry out the repair work at the Port Harcourt facility, which has a capacity of some 210,000 barrels per day. And on the forest say the process of counting votes has begun in Lubumbashi, a town in the southern region of vast Central African nation. The election, which unfolded against a backdrop of economic challenges and accusations of irregularities, features incumbent President Felix Tshisekedi facing a fragmented opposition. The opposition leaders have raised concerns about chaos and electoral irregularities, further adding complexity to an already high-stakes political landscape. Tshisekedi, who has overseen years of economic growth, now grapples with criticisms of minimal job creation and escalating inflation. The voting process has been marred by administrative chaos and delays, amplifying fears that the Electoral Commission was ill-prepared for a ballot in a country comparable to size to continental Western Europe. And in Pakistan, police fired tear gas and water cannons to disperse female-led protests in Islamabad. At least 200 people were arrested, including protest leader Marang Balok, as they entered the capital. Protesters have been marching across the country for weeks against alleged enforced disappearances of men in Balochistan province. This sparked by the death of a Balok man whose relative alleged was shot dead while in police custody. The protesters were prevented from entering the red zone, which houses executive, judicial, and legislative buildings in Islamabad, by police officers bearing batons and wearing protective headgear. An Oklahoma judge has exonerated a man who spent 48 years in prison for a murder he didn't commit. The longest known wrongful sentence in the U.S., Glenn Simons, 70, was freed in July after a district court found that crucial evidence in his case was not turned over to his defense lawyers. A county district attorney had on Monday said there was no enough evidence to warrant a new trial. In an order on Tuesday, Judge Ami Palumbo declared Simons innocent. Simons served 48 years 1 month and 18 days in prison for the 1974 murder of Caroline Sue Rogers during a liquor store robbery in an Oklahoma City suburb. Simons was 22 years old when he and a co-defendant, Don Roberts, were convicted and sentenced to death in 1975. The punishments were later reduced to life in prison because of U.S. Supreme Court rulings on a death penalty. Simons had maintained his innocence, saying he was in his home state of Louisiana at the time of the murder. On entertainment, Nigerian superstar David Adeleke, also known as Davido, has announced the release date for his collaboration with his colleague Wizkid, which is an extended play. Mavis Victor, take us through that story.
The Afrobeat star and Grammy nominee, who seems very elated about the new project, revealed that the EP will be released on December 22nd with Davido and Wizkid together. Davido's tweet was shared at about the same time when Wizkid revealed the title of the body of work. It also came a few days after Davido and Wizkid were seen hanging out at an event in Lagos. Veteran Nollywood actor Emeka Ike has made another revelation of how he took care of his ex-wife financially during her time in higher education. He disclosed how false accusations of domestic violence led to the loss of his properties and access to his children, claiming that his marital drama led him into depression.
I don't beat this lady, what's going on? I went on air, I was like, come on, I never did. Babe, what's going on? They say I beat you, do I? All I got was constant battery. I'm like, what? Kids, do I beat your mother? No, daddy. I trained you in school. I just took her there, give us admission.
Former Big Brother Nigeria winner Laycon struck a chord with the Nigerian audience, creating a ripple effect that extended far beyond the reality show with his hit single, Shine. Laycon uniquely spreads love to the students via school fees coverage, to the drivers pays for their fuel, and covers their shopping expenses at the shopping mall.
Hello everyone, my name is Laycon. For the next 5 minutes, if I hit you at the till, I will be paying for whatever it is you shop for. You cannot stop like shine. You cannot glow like wine. You cannot be like.
Mavis Victor, Rstv Entertainment.
And in sports, Nigeria only surviving club side in Africa football competition, Rivers United lost to Club African of Tunisia by 3-0 in the group stage of African Confederation Cup. Sports correspondent Supriya Jaja has more.
Rivers United hopes of reaching the lucrative stage of the knockout stage of the CAF Confederations Cup suffered a huge upset after the Pride of Rivers lost to Club African of Tunisia in the reverse fixture of the CAF Confederations Cup played in Tunisia by 3-0. Nigerian striker Kingsley Edu was scored twice to give Club African 9 points and consolidate their lead in the group stage.
يمشي كرة بسام السرارفي من فيكم يضرب بالراس الحارس والدفاع والهدف الأول الأفريقي 1-0 السياح ضمنت لكم الأهداف وضمنت لكم عد تعمل اضغط يا عرفاوي يمشي كرة للحارس يلا بريسي خطيرة هو الثاني حط كرة إليه الهدف الثاني لكينغسلي دو هدف ثاني لكينغسلي وعدتكم وقت 10-0 كان ناجي باشا وقتها شبع اهداف بالراس الهدف الثالث ونشبع اهداف يا سبارتا يا سبارتا يا سبارتا يا سبارتا يا سبارتا.
Rivers United have now dropped to the third spot with 6 points for 4 matches. Dreams of Ghana are now second in the group stage after thrashing APC Lobito from Angola by 4-0. Rivers United will have to beat Dreams of Ghana and APC Lobito of Angola to stand a chance of qualifying for the quarterfinals of the CAF Confederations Cup. Supriya Jaja, Rstv Sports.
Well, that's it on the news, but just before we leave, do you love and care about River State and our peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. And that's it on the news, but for me, I have 100K in my pocket, courtesy of Governor Fubara. Do you have such a governor? Good afternoon.
Rstv, bring you the news as it is.
environmental issues and promotes development.
Rstv,
with your voice region for development.